good morning, guys. That was Talk About It by Brannon Murphy. How are you going this beautiful Sunday morning? I have got all the hopes out there for you that you are in for one fantastic day, because let's face it, you are getting up on a Sunday morning. Yes, it is Sunday morning. So for those of you who are kind of maybe you're shaking or rubbing your eyes going, what day am I up to? It is Sunday. So welcome to Sunday morning. Guess what that means? It means it's a whole other week ahead of you. Last week's gone, so you can either kiss it with delight and say that was a beautiful week, or you can just kind of go, okay, that was another one, let's move on. Totally up to you. Regardless, today is Sunday morning and you are hopefully looking towards a day that is going to be all things good. Let me say to you, I just want to say, welcome to Sunday mornings here at Rhema CC. I am Lindy, I'm your Sunday morning host. You'll quite often hear me on Sunday, more times than not. And I thankfully have the privilege of doing my Sunday mornings with each of you guys. So thank you for joining us here at Rhema. Thank you for getting behind what we do here, and thank you for just playing your role. Now, I have got the last few weeks I've had some pretty awesome interviews, some pretty awesome connections with those in the community who have something to offer that not all of us have. We have had a real theme of creativity. This morning is no exception, and my goodness, I am blown away by the talent, by the abilities of somebody fantastic who happens to be joining us. Peter, do you want to say hi to everyone?
Hello.
There you go. There's a voice for you. Peter is joining us. As I said last week, Janine has been fantastic. Now, you guys met Janine more formally a couple of weeks ago. But Janine has been fantastic and has put me in contact with a few of the amazing brains out there, those creative brains that are in this community floating around. And thankfully, Peter has willingly come in this morning and he's going to chat to us about what he does in terms of creativity and his background, all that sort of stuff. And more than that, what can we learn about the creatives in our own world? So, Peter, let's get to know you a little bit more. What's your story? What are your interests? What sort of things do you do in terms of your creative flair?
Sure. It's lovely to be here and to share a little bit about it. Often I'm tucked away in my own creative space.
Yep.
So, it's great. Look, I've done a few things, especially for kids, and over the last 25 years, I guess now.
Wow.
So I love writing poetry for young audiences.
Yep.
And also some fiction, so short stories, and I've had one little novel out a few years ago.
Yep.
But poetry's been the big thing,
Okay.
especially in more recent times.
Yep.
And there've been various seasons when I've tried to spend more of my life full-time on my creativity.
Yep.
I'm in one of those seasons again, and hoping to open up, a few more doors that might make it
good stuff.
more sustainable too.
So what, in terms of what you're doing or what you're hoping to do now, is there any difference in what you're actually, is it a different sort of flair? Is it, we talking more poetry? What are we talking?
Yeah, so look, poetry has been the recent focus again.
Yep.
Over the years, I've had quite a few individual poems published in magazines.
Fantastic.
Mostly by the Department of Education here in New South Wales.
Yep.
That publishes
That's
the
huge.
school magazine under various titles for primary-aged kids, which has been wonderful. So it's often meant they've been published in an issue. They've been beautifully illustrated by some great illustrators.
Yeah, great.
But each one's been a one-off.
Yep.
So I'm now at a point where I'm trying to get together one or two book-length collections.
Fantastic.
Of
that
poems
sounds
for
amazing.
kids.
Yeah, very cool. All right, so we've just kind of scratching the surface this morning. Obviously, we've got a lot more to dig into with Peter. I'm looking forward to this conversation. Stick with us, guys. Poetry is just such a beautiful expression. That's just the beginning. We'll talk some more in just a little bit. And welcome back, Coasties. That was Breathe Again. Let me encourage you, breathing is a good thing to do, so I hope you are doing it out there. Breathe in, breathe out. Enjoy the fact that you can breathe, because what a gift God has kind of given. He's given you all the abilities to do it. He's given you the oxygen. He's given us the ability to breathe in, and we've got the lungs happening. My goodness, guys, when we look at the the way that God has created us, I know I say it week in, week out, really. It is phenomenal that God has implanted these amazing parts of our bodies that do these things. Breathing is just something we take advantage of every day, but what a gift. And the fact that you are getting up today, you have got breath in your lungs, the fact that you are, you may have plans, you may not have plans, doesn't matter. God has got something in store for you because you're indeed breathing again. Anyway, guys, you are joining us here at Rhema CC. I am Lindy. I'm your Sunday morning host, and I have a fantastic friend here today. He happens to have, it's Peter friend, so that's even better. We can work with that as well. He's a new friend to me, and this morning he is helping us talk creatives. Now, Peter, you brought in this morning a kind of a collection of all your different little bits and pieces that you've done. And my goodness, guys, he's phenomenal. The stuff I'm sitting here in front of me, I've got poetry, I've got books, I've got all sorts of amazing things. I'm going to read some to you shortly, but just to kind of give you an idea, a lot of it is kids' sort of books or poetry, like as he had mentioned previously. And yeah, I've got to ask, where does the creativity in terms of words, your ability to connect with words, where do you think it comes from?
Yeah, that's a very good question, actually. I think it can come from just walking through life. You get, I think all of us as we grow, we build up certain ways of saying things.
Yep.
I've always loved poetry from a really early age, and so when I've met lines in poets that are just really elegant or fun or can somehow bring just something new and fresh, always appreciated that and tried to emulate it, I guess,
fantastic.
over time.
Yeah, good stuff.
Developed, perhaps my own voice along the way.
Yeah, that's amazing. In terms of poetry, I mean, I'm not even sure myself, but in terms of that in comparison to song, so if you're thinking of songwriters, what would you say is there much of a difference? Is there a big difference? What happens?
Maybe it's helpful to think of it sort of as one of those Venn diagrams.
Yep.
So there are things that poetry can do by itself. There are things that songs can do by themselves, but there is a real overlap.
Yeah, okay.
So you'll find some songs and you read just the lyrics, and it reads like a poem.
Yeah, absolutely.
A lot of the old hymns were written first as
that's true.
Pretty much poems.
Yeah, absolutely.
And then set to a tune.
Yeah, no, that's very true. I was going to ask, there was a question that just popped in my head, now it's gone already. Always the way. That's what it was, the process for you in terms of coming with an idea. What is the process? Does it just pop into your mind? Do you sit down and think, okay, I need to be thinking about what I want to write on this? What's the process look like?
Sometimes it is like that. Sometimes I try to fairly consciously think into an idea that happens to really interest me. Other times I go out looking for inspiration.
Yeah, okay.
So my most recent project has been trying to build up a book-length collection of zoo poems.
Oh, very cool.
I've been visiting these zoos around the place.
That's amazing.
I've probably been at Taronga most weeks this year.
Wow.
And other zoos and things.
That's really cool.
And so I'll go and I'll just spend time with a particular animal, and I'll see things that I've never seen before or never considered before.
So do you find that on a spiritual level? Do you find it? I know for myself, because I'm in the Hunter Valley, but I go out, same sort of thing. I'll just sit and just watch lions in the zoo, and my husband will be like, "Why are you sitting there staring at this one animal?"
It's a wonderful zoo up there too.
Yeah, well, that's right.
That's one that we've been visiting.
Yeah, but for me, it's on a spiritual level. I think I get something too. I just the wonder of it. I just kind of go, "Oh, there's
It is when you realise that the one who is behind it all is Christ Himself, is the one who has created each one of these creatures.
Absolutely. Phenomenal stuff.
It is.
All right, we got more to talk about this morning. I am looking forward to this. I'm really enjoying this. It's just nice to get some insight into those bits and pieces we don't think about behind the scenes that go on when it comes to developing poetry, whatever happens, or any sort of, children's books, any of that sort of stuff. We don't think about the process behind it. Anyway, I'm gonna keep keep nudging away and getting more info from you and what things are like as a writer, as a poet, as someone who's a creative. All right, we're back soon, guys. And welcome back. It is Sunday morning. Good morning. I'm Lindy. I'm here at Rhema CC. I hope you're having a great day, guys. I just want to remind you, 8:30 we actually have Greg Laurie. So, yeah, hang in for that because he's always good to hear. And we have church on the radio at 10 o'clock as well. Hope you can stick around for that if you don't happen to be on your way to your own church. It's always good to connect with your own community. So if you can get out there, get out and about and meet people. Meet someone new today. That is one of the biggest ways to, promote connection, promote community. If you can do it, absolutely fantastic. But if you can't, church on the radio, fantastic way for you to still be a part of the Christian world, especially in this region here on the coast. Looking forward to that. Anyway, guys, I have had the pleasure this morning so far of having Peter with me. Peter is a writer, he's a poet, he's a storyteller. And I am so thankful that you have joined us this morning. Thank you again for coming in and spending some time with us, giving us some insight. Is there a particular poem or something that you've brought in today that you would like to read for us, or would you like me to just pick one?
Look, the one on the pelican can often be, good for all ages.
Love it. Yep.
And it's what I like about this one too is the pelican is such an iconic bird.
Yep.
Here on the Central Coast, we all know it.
Very true.
And they're amazing.
Yeah.
They are, on land, they are just so clumsy and almost like clowns.
Very true.
And we think, what is this bird? It just seems a comic sort of creature.
Yep.
But then when they take off into the air, they're totally transformed.
Yeah, true.
And that's what this poem is about.
Fantastic.
I
Love to hear it.
wrote it for kids, but hopefully it can speak to others too.
Fantastic.
The pelican. The pelican struts and he gawks at the air with a bill that's too large for his head. And he gobbles and gulps, turning here and then there, just as if he had never been fed. Then he turns on a show for the people that come, just to watch how he swallows his food. And he waddles around till the people become quite amused at his merry old mood. How they laugh at this slow and preposterous bird, and they smile at his stomach so large. Then they say to themselves, for a bird he's absurd, with a belly as big as a barge. But then, in a moment, the bird is all changed. His wings are outstretched by his sides, and up in the air he seems all rearranged as he swiftly and gracefully glides.
Beautiful. And how accurate is that, guys? If you think of the pelican, we have, the amount of times we've sat down at a picnic and those pelicans have landed beside us and you kind of look and think, you are the strangest looking animal, but there is this awe to them because they are an amazing creation. Awesome job. Guys, I also have in front of me the school magazine. Now, the school magazine features a lot of Peter's work as well, and amazing stuff. Did you say you've done 50?
There's been, I think, just over 50 poems have been published over the years.
Yeah. So how did you get into this?
It was when my own kids were quite young and they brought their copies of the school magazine home from school, and I saw there were some poems and I thought, I've always wanted to write. I had written poems as a child.
Yep.
Was interested and thought I could give that a go. Good
on you. That's amazing. Listen to that, guys, because this is one of the themes we have been echoing over the last little bit. Give it a go. It's every creative actually I can think of that we've spoken to up to now. It is just about giving it a go, isn't it? It really is just, I'll have a turn. And my goodness, when you look at this and you think, God can turn this whole, the idea of I'll give this a go into, I'm going to put that somewhere. It's amazing. It really is. Now, in terms of your work, because you had said that poetry is your, has been where you've been going, and there's some stuff that you're looking at getting into, or you've just been getting into. Yeah, we'd love to hear more about that.
Sure. Yeah. So, look, as I mentioned a little before, the newest project has been this collection of zoo poems. So that's been really exciting me, and it also enables me to bring together. Well, it's a collection that is all based around a central theme, so that gives it some unity. But within that, there's all sorts of opportunities for variety, both in sorts of poems,
Yep.
in different moods, different
okay.
topics that you can
Cover and
talk
look
about
at. Yeah.
as well.
Yeah. So do you find that teachers are using a lot of those resources, like in general?
That's certainly the hope. So a
Yeah,
number
okay.
of those poems have started to be accepted by
Fantastic.
magazines, which gives me
Yeah.
some confidence that the collection as
Absolutely.
a whole might work as,
Yeah.
as a book.
So there you go, guys. If you happen to be a teacher, listen to that, because this might be a great resource for you. And honestly, I think sometimes when you know of someone who knows of someone, there's a bit of more of a personal
Yeah,
connection there. It's like,
that's right.
I want to use this, and you've got quality stuff, so it's awesome. YouTube. I'm going to just quickly go there.
Yes.
We'll get into it a bit deeper, but if you want to just kind of give us an idea of what's happening with that.
Sure. So that's been the other recent project.
Yep.
For years I've had poems just tucked away at home.
Yep.
And I thought just a year or two ago, look, I think I could give a go at presenting these poems in front of
love
camera.
that. Yeah.
Start a little YouTube channel,
on you.
which we've now done.
Yep.
It's called Peter Friend's Poetry Spot.
Yep.
And pretty much all of the videos are just me getting up, some fancy costume, which can be fun,
Yep.
nice background that
Yep.
our video guy at Juice Productions does so beautifully.
Very cool.
And present a whole range of poems.
On you. And what a resource again. For parents, teachers, anyone really.
Yeah, that's the hope.
Yeah, absolutely. I think as parents, I've got a lot of kids. I think as parents, you want the clean stuff too. You want something that's
Yeah.
going to stir the mind, but also it's clean. So I see some big stuff. That's awesome. Very cool. All right, guys, we're going to hold it there for a bit. I'll be back before too long, and Peter will be too. So looking forward to that. See you soon.
Here's a poem called I'll Trust. At times I feel I'm going to bust. It seems there's no one I can trust. It seems there's no one when I fall. It seems there's no one there at all. But then I learn that God is there, a God of hope and love and care, a God who knows me deep inside, a God whose love is deep and wide. I pray that I will trust in him when days are bright or dark and dim. I'll trust because I know he's there, my God of hope and love and care.
Beautiful. Guys, that was Peter. Peter's been joining us this morning. He has been a delight to speak to. He's very creative. He's very amazing with his words, the way he's composed all sorts of things. That was just one example. He's read to us before another of his poems about pelicans, and this one is a bit of a different twist, but I like it. I like it a lot. Can you explain to us where that came from? What was behind that one?
Sure. This came out of an invitation, I guess, that I didn't expect.
Yep.
I attend Greenpoint Baptist
Yep.
Church
Sure.
here on the coast, and one day the children's pastor last year, Louise Eccleston, said that they're doing this, the topic of trust with
Yep.
their kids' church. Would I, as a poet, perhaps have in me to try writing a poem
Yep.
that they could use?
Yep.
And so I sat down, and this was the result.
That's amazing.
And they ended up using it, and
Yeah,
also
that's so cool.
in church too.
Yeah, that's really cool. Now, one thing you just said then, and this is not something that I have talked to Peter about, so it just popped into my mind then, but something that I just thought then, had you not been asked to do something like that, do you think that would have kind of eventuated? Do you think you'd would have gone to a subject like trust? And
Not
explored it?
necessarily at all.
Yeah.
No, often I find my inspiration in other places, in
Yep.
nature and in the imagination.
Yep.
So to be prompted by someone else, and
Yeah.
someone else in the church was
Absolutely.
was
Very cool.
Was very good.
Okay. Two things I've just thought of then. Guys, a few weeks ago when I was talking to Janine, we actually talked about how there can be moments where we feel like we're backed into a corner where we have to just kind of get creative. We have to think about how to do things. You've just shown exactly why, that's a perfect example of someone coming to you and saying, can you do something with this? Okay, I can do something with this. And that's amazing. Creativity can be fueled by moments of, okay, I've got to think of something for other people, or because I'm in a difficult situation, or, the creative mind is just such an amazing thing, because we do have to I think we develop that skill because we have to sometimes. So you've kind of emphasised something we were talking about a couple of weeks ago, which is pretty cool. The other thing I was going to ask about is the church. What, in terms of creatives, what sort of needs do you guys have from us as the church?
Yeah, look, that's such a big question. I've actually been rereading a book just lately by a Japanese American, Makoto Fujimura.
Yep.
And it's called Culture Care.
Okay.
And he delves into a lot of this, and it's really been helping my thinking. Like, he points out the reality that creatives have been often pushed to the margins.
Yep.
And often not particularly recognised, or they're thought of as an add-on to the real business of our modern life, or whatever. And he seeks to, in many ways actually, to show that actually creatives are fundamentally important in terms of bringing all that we consider beauty and aesthetics into our civilization.
Yeah, wow.
Really, when you think about it, all that is beautiful in our modern civilization comes from creatives and from no one else.
Totally.
And yet often they're either pushed to the side and not thought about very much unless they can be commercialised. And
would you say it's a lonely experience?
So it can be. I tend to be fairly much an individual in my creative pursuit anyway, so that can be my experience. And I think it can be for others as well.
The kind of the general consensus that I'm picking up just from speaking to a lot of people is that, you know, when you're a creative, you can be a very individual in how you have to do things, but you also need your team. You need people to sort of get behind.
That's right.
Yeah. So I think, guys, in terms of us as the church, we've obviously acknowledging those in our own churches, the church as a whole, and just kind of just acknowledging what the gifting that they have and just saying, hey, I can see something in you, is just so important. And yeah, I just think that just being able to just acknowledge and just affirm each other is just such a powerful thing. Guys, that's, again, another just encouragement to you. An encouragement to you guys to say, hey, notice those in your world who just might need that word of encouragement. Perhaps they are flying solo and they're doing things on their own. They just need to know that they're seen. And I'd say that creativity, regardless of what sort of form that looks like, we can benefit from just knowing others are on our team. So, yeah, that's my challenge to you this morning, guys. We will be back in a little bit anyway, just to kind of round things off. But again, thanks for your insight, Pete, and we'll be back very soon.
Great.
And that was Freedom Hymn by Austin French. Good morning and welcome to Rhema CC. I am Lindy and I am joining you here this beautiful Sunday morning, and I'm not even alone. It's pretty cool. I've got Peter with me. Peter has been sharing with us all morning. He's got some awesome insights into the creative mind. Specifically, he's very good with his words. He's very, very good with wording. He's very good with communicating. My God, honestly, guys, I'm sitting here with, I'm surrounded by all of his achievements. There's something, actually that's another point of the creatives. There's a process, because you often don't have the end result that you can hold. But I'm actually holding tangible things in my hand that Peter has put together. And I guess that's probably the rewarding part of seeing it come together. But what I want to kind of go to now is the element of skills and giftings and abilities being passed on or enjoyed by family, or those generations that are yet to come. How would you say that your gifts are being passed down or being enjoyed by your own world?
Yeah, that's a great question. Look, we, as a family, we actually seem to be a very creative family anyway.
Yep.
So I'm married to Chrissy, and she's a wonderful illustrator.
Yep.
And we've got 3 kids. The 2 boys, Daniel and Sam, are both wonderful guitarists.
Wow.
And,
okay. Cool.
And our daughter Kathy has done a drama degree and is really good with her words.
Okay.
And currently studying a Masters of Screenwriting.
Oh, very cool.
And is often involved in different productions and things like that. So it's sort of meant that over the years we've found it a fairly normal thing
Yep.
within the home to be making something,
Yeah,
whether
yeah.
it's practicing a song, making a new song, writing a poem or
Yep.
a story, painting a painting.
Yeah.
And it's sort of become normalised, which
Yeah,
I think
love
is
that.
a nice thing.
Yeah, absolutely. And how awesome is it that we just, we look at God, the ultimate creator, and you just think he passes down to his kids these gifts.
Yeah.
Then to be able to see it in our own kids or our grandkids or, I think that's such a beautiful, it's a gift to be able to just look and go, oh, we're doing the same thing with our kids that our God, our Heavenly Father does with us. Yeah, that's cool. And I heard that from a little birdie sort of whispered that you have a grandson that enjoys your poetry specifically.
Yeah, we've now got a couple of little grandsons.
Yep.
The 3-year-old has taken a liking to one or two of the poems I've put up on YouTube, and
That's
we'll
so
watch
cool.
them, and has
Absolutely.
even pretty much memorised one as a
that's
3-year-old.
amazing. Very cool. So again, can I just ask for those who are listening, where would they find your stuff on YouTube?
Sure. So the new YouTube channel we've been setting up is called Peter Friend's
Yep.
Poetry Spot.
Peter Friend's Poetry Spot. You got that, guys? Peter Friend's Poetry Spot. Go and check it out. I did have a little bit of a sticky beak, and I was like, this is cool stuff. So yeah, absolutely. My kids would love it too. I can definitely assure you that they will be onto it. So yeah, awesome. All right, guys, I just want to just encourage you, take the words that you have heard this morning from Peter. We've got a lot to learn through words, whether that's a creative sort of flair-like poetry, whether it's through books, whether it's through, I had mentioned myself, songwriting. There's so many different things that we can take in. If we look at creativity in terms of wording, there's something powerful about it. Creativity is one of those things that, as I have said over the last few weeks, we look at the buildings we sit in. Somebody had to design what we are sitting in. Somebody had to put together the thought process with our technology to work out how this one thing is going to do this and that's going to lead. Creativity is just such a big, broad subject. But I want to encourage you. God has instilled in so many people a gift. And it is a gift that is often not acknowledged. Get behind them today, guys. Get behind those in your world who are creatives and encourage them. Give that word of affirmation that says, I see you, I know you're gifted, I know you've got something to offer. And Peter, I want to say to you, thank you for sharing your gift with us. Thank you for sharing your gift with those who are still yet to find your work. It's so encouraging. I think when you've got people of integrity, you've got people who are, they just enjoy what they do. You want to get behind them. So again, guys, get behind Peter. He's one person this morning that you can check out his stuff. But thank you for joining us this morning.
That's great.
Awesome.
Look, it's been my pleasure. Thanks so much,
Absolutely.
Lindy. And more than happy to
Thank
connect
you.
with people or on my Facebook page.
Yeah,
That's
great.
Peter Friend Writing.
Perfect. There you go. Peter Friend Writing. That's another option for you guys. Check it out. I'm so thankful you've come this morning. So thank you.
My pleasure. Thank you.
You have an awesome week, and I'll see you guys back here next Sunday. Keep that smile on your face and enjoy the fact that God has got you exactly where you need to be this morning. All right, see you guys.